Oh boy, this will be fun to talk about. Well guys, it's becoming that time of year, or just very soon. It's like in a couple weeks, we're going to be voting for the next president. And apparently a lot of other YouTubers have, kind of put their own twist on this kind of topic. And they've kind of said who they're voting for and whatnot. So I figured, you know what, I'm as opinionated as they come. I'm going to tell you all who I'm voting for in November and why. First I have to show you who I am voting for, and that is nobody! I didn't register to vote this year, and I'm actually happy about it. Boo! You're an American! Am I? Because I think I have the right to vote or not vote. In my personal opinion, I think the best way to get our voices heard in this particular election is to not vote at all. Because face it, we have to choose between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Is that not crazy to, everybody in this country? I think it is. I hope it is. None of them are worth my time. I have not been sold by any of them into voting for them. Plus, you look at their backgrounds, you look at their history, you look at what they've said, what they've done. It's a crapshoot, man. It's not something that I'm going to waste a freedom on. They aren't worth my time, they are not worth the country's time, and they're definitely not worth sitting in that White House on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue for 4 years. First of all, we have a guy who's never even been mayor of a city, of a county, nothing. The only thing he's been mayor of is all of his businesses. He is an arrogant ass who degrades women, who doesn't respect immigrants. He would be good as an economic guide. He would not be good as a president because he's too arrogant. My fear is that he's going to get so mad at somebody like Russia and is going to just press the button to send a bunch of nukes out to Russia, and it's going to be a complete and utter anarchic chaos all over the world, and we're going to be in the nuclear winter for a very long time. Trump really has only said mean things, to be honest with you. When you look at Hillary's record, it's a little bit longer, but, I still don't trust either of them with anything. The biggest reason for why I'm not voting for Trump, though, is because he has never had a political position of power before, and he's automatically jumping to presidency. Are you kidding? Plus, he's just arrogant. And somebody who needs to be a president needs to be firm, needs to be in control, and can't back down, but he also can't start a fight. I feel like Trump would be the guy to start a fight, especially with Mexico, considering he wants to have them pay for this wall he wants to build. I've actually thought about that. Is it like a proverbial wall? It's going to be a wall on paper and pen, and it's not going to be an actual physical wall? Or is it going to be an actual physical wall? Or is it going to be both? I would like to know, because that would probably clear a lot of things up. Oh, and he probably should show his tax returns. That's probably a little bit important too. But now on the other hand, we have Bill Clinton's wife, and that's always good news. First of all, this woman needs to just own up to her mistakes, show those 30,000 deleted emails, and actually not be afraid of these questions regarding Benghazi. Think about it. She could be responsible for the death of 4 American lives because she couldn't make a decision in the heat of the moment to either save them or to do nothing, and by the time she made her choice, it was too late and they were already dead. It's hard to say whether or not she actually allowed them to die, but she definitely had a hand in it, and I'm surprised she's even running for president, to be honest with you guys. Plus, you have to think, all the people that ever, say anything bad about her, and anybody that does anything in the government against her or the Clinton family suddenly disappears. I just think that's fishy. I don't want somebody who would assassinate any naysayers in the president, for president of my country. I would want somebody who would just, wipe it off their shoulder and just move on. Hillary really scares me. Both of these people scare me, but Hillary really scares me. Because think about it, she is, if she gets upset with violent video games and says that we need to treat video games like we treat alcohol and tobacco, I'm sorry, but I can't jive with you, because apparently she thinks that violent video games are the reasons that people go crazy. And I've studied psychology. I know for a fact that it's not violent video games alone. It's several things working together. So if she's offended by violent video games, What else could she possibly be offended by? Oh yeah, just about everything else. She says Christianity is stupid and manipulative. She wants all of these people to come in without background checks. You know, if they want to come to America, they can come to America. We don't need to know who they are. We don't need to know where they come from. Just come on in. And that's really dangerous, because didn't Germany and France and all those countries do that? And you see what happened in Nice, France not too long ago. There are so many dangerous possibilities with the open border policies. It's mind-boggling, and I really don't want to take the time to dig into it because I don't feel like that's my place. But you guys go and look it up for yourselves. You guys make your own thoughts on it and make your own decisions on whether you believe in it or not. I personally think that we need to know who's coming into this country, and that's really it. And there's something about the fact that Hillary Clinton has manipulated the media into saying that she's the good guy and Trump is the bad guy. I mean, that's just blatantly obvious. I mean, if you saw what YouTube put out from like all these famous celebrities, it was all them saying, you know, basically saying don't vote for Trump because we're not voting for Trump. And they were calling him terrible things like a racist and all kinds of stuff. You guys can go and look that video up. But she's terrible at answering the tough questions and making the choices that need to be made. She evades and goes to other people for help. At least Trump will kind of face it head on. His answer may be bullshit, but I mean, at least he, you know, kind of at least tries to answer it in a very logical way. With her, it's like dodging bullets, so I don't know what to say about that. But really and honestly, the biggest reason why I'm not voting this year is because this entire election process has been an insult to our intelligence as Americans, as voters, as individual thinking people. It's been a complete train wreck from the beginning. It's amazing to me what can happen to a country when we're finally faced to choose between one or the other, and we have to, you know, we go against our friends, we go against our family, because they're wrong and we're right. And that to me is retarded. It really is. And I just refuse to vote because I'm not giving into it. I'm not giving into the whole idea of you have to vote for these two people because that's all you're faced with. I still have a voice, and my voice chooses to not support either of them. And I really advise you guys to do your research and to make sure you know who you're voting for in November. And I do encourage you guys to not vote as well, because these people are jokes. They are complete jokes. And it is nothing that we as Americans should be proud of. It's going to be an embarrassing thing for us as Americans to look back on in the history books and say to our kids, our grandkids, you know, I was around for the 2016 election. We had Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump as our presidential candidates. I know, it sucked. I'm so glad we're beyond that right now. But I sincerely hope that when we are saying that to our kids and grandkids, I hope we are not under some doggy government that doesn't know what they're doing. Yeah. Hopefully it will not be under some dictatorship government that has taken away all of our freedoms, all of our rights, and we won't have to deal with that. We can actually look back and be free to say, that sucked. Because guys, this election does suck. It has sucked from the beginning. It is just a complete waste of time. It's a huge headache that is so unnecessary. And we, the people, still give into it, and we still say, yes, these people are good enough to be president of the United States. Are you freaking kidding me? But above all, guys, please remember, do your research. Do what you know you need to do in order to have a mind for yourself so that the media and the government and all of the supporters of each party's candidate will not control your mind. We are smart human beings with our own set goals, our own set agendas, and our own set objectives. And we have our own emotions, our own feelings. We do not need any of that to be given to us. We can feel it on our own. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say. So guys, give me your opinions down below. Are you voting or are you not? If you like this video, then like the video. You don't have to agree with me to like it. You can just accept the fact that I'm giving my own personal opinion, and you can have yours, and we can get along that way. Go follow me on my social medias. The names are up here, and the links are in the description boxes below. If you want to see my last video, the annotation is down here, and the link for that is in the description box below. Please do share this video with anybody that you know is a huge, out-of-control Trump or Hillary supporter. And guys, also, don't forget to subscribe to me if you guys are new, and I will see you all later.